Hey everybody, Jmillen with Benefit Hackers. Just came out of a Tony Robbins keynote speech at Funnel Hacking Live. I want to talk about one of the stories he told, and I'm going to do this the best I can from recollection. It's about Sara Blakely. She started a company called SPANX. I know apparently a lot of women know what SPANX is. Some of the dudes may not know, but it's like some kind of pantyhose, not pantyhose, like things you wear. I don't know. It shapes the woman's butt apparently somehow. So he told the story. Now, if you've heard of SPANX and you've heard of the story, I want you to listen because he said what you've heard is not exactly what happened. I'm like, oh, because I've heard of SPANX and I had this preconceived. So this is so fascinating. If you own a business or an entrepreneur or entrepreneurial, you're going to want to listen. And because I learned a ton of stuff, and I've heard this story several times. And pretty sure Tony has a pretty good memory, and he has had her speak at his events. So he's had some time behind the scenes to get the real scoop, right? Sometimes we hear the parts. So just hang with me. Listen to this while you're driving. I think it can really help. So he said, Sara, and I'm going to try to get to the best. So Sara, for 7 years, was selling things door to door. And I believe she was selling fax machines, but I can't verify that. But whatever it was door-to-door selling. And day after day, down in Louisiana, apparently was really hot. Day after day, and just grinding it out and learning about how when you get in front of someone and you pitch them, you can see their expression. And by doing that for 7 years, she learned to immediately recognize like, whoa, okay, that's not working. So she adjusted. And he used the analogy when people like use lead generators, or if in business, you're doing, email opt-ins or stuff where you're not communicating. You don't see the person. Sometimes you don't know if it's working because you don't get instant feedback. He said one of the best things about selling to someone face-to-face is you immediately get feedback like, okay, that worked, or okay, that definitely didn't work. Don't do that again. And you find yourself not doing the same mistake over and over because you're seeing it real time. He said that's one of the best things that she had done. And he said he did the same thing when he was selling Jim Rohn seminars when he was in his 20s or late teens. He was selling tickets to an event to go see Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. He's passed away. Great guy. It's great training from him you can still get. So he learned that skill too. He learned real quickly what's working, what's not. So Sara did this for 7 years. And one day she had this idea about, and I forget the exact where it came, but apparently she decided it was really hot. She was outside and wearing pantyhose, and she decided to cut off the feet of the pantyhose. And she said it felt great, and apparently she looked great, and she had an idea like, whoa, there must be something like this where it's like pantyhose, but you don't have the feet. So it's almost like leggings apparently, but it's real thin material and it makes you look great. And so there wasn't. So she's created this product that she called SPANX, and she was calling and trying to sell it and, failing and failing and failing. And just over time, continuing to push and push and push. And finally, she was trying to get into Neiman Marcus, which was obviously a really high-end retailer. She said, I'm just going right to the top. In the meantime, she's also calling other people, but she's like, for 2 years, I think it was 2 years, we'd call Neiman Marcus to try to get an appointment, get someone on the phone that was at that high level of that category. And he said she'd never leave a message because she didn't want to blow like her chance. She wanted, once he got the person on the phone, she wanted her chance to tell the story because she knew she only had a second. So she called and called and called and called and called repeatedly. Actually, here's the story. It just came back. For 2 weeks, she called 3 or 4 times a day. 2 weeks straight. 2 or 3 times a day, over and over and over and over and over. Finally, she got the person on the phone, and she knew from her selling that she had a moment, like seconds to get through to this person. And she made her pitch really quickly, And the lady said, well, okay, send me them. And she said, no, I can't send them to you. And she said, what? The lady from Neiman Marcus said, why not? She said, I got to show you. And she said, no, just send them to me. And Sara said, no, I'm going to be there, whatever it was, like 2 days from now. All I need is 4 minutes of your time to show you this. And I'm coming at my expense. You have nothing to lose. It's 4 minutes. Will you see me? And the lady said, yes. Because Sara, if you listen to the technique, she knew in the moment from her experience before that, she had to adjust because the lady said, send me it. And she knew, well, okay, that's not going to work. And so she didn't do that. She pivoted and then said, look, it's going to take you 4 minutes. I'm flying at my expense. You have 4 minutes to lose. I'm coming. Will you see me? And in that moment of conviction, the lady from Neiman Marcus said yes. So she shows up at her office with her SPANX. And Sara said, she had 4 minutes, right? And she said within 3 minutes, she could tell the lady it was over. She had lost the sale. This woman was not buying. She was nodding like she got it, but she didn't. She could tell from her years of experience before that, which is so important that people don't understand. They think she just walked in and like, here it is. Oh, great. Yes. No. It was the experience leading up to that. No one saw her selling fax machines or whatever the heck it was for 7 years in the sun and the heat and being told no, but prepared her for that moment in front of the woman. Her body language was saying, I'm not buying anything you're saying right now. Like, I don't believe a word you're saying. And 3 minutes in, apparently Sara said, you know what? Come with me for a second. I was like, where are we going? We're going to the bathroom. I want to show you something. And she stood up and took the woman into the ladies' room and said in that moment did a live presentation about how her SPANX filled in her butt somehow or her legs. You know, she put them on and showed her before and after. And that's when the woman said, you're in 7 stores. Is that a freaking unbelievable story? I mean, man, that's incredible. But it doesn't stop there. Woman says, you're in 7 stores. And she's like, okay, great. Now, what would most people do? Tony's like, most people are like, oh my God, I've arrived. I'm in 7 stores. Hallelujah. Yes, I've reached my goal. I'm in Neiman Marcus. No. For 2 years, Sara went to all those stores every day and would take her SPANX around the department. She said they put her in the pantyhose department, which makes sense apparently. Like, it's kind of like pantyhose. She's like, no, these aren't pantyhose though. They're different. So she would move the things around the store and put them in different, she'd put them in the pantyhose section, and then she'd set up stuff, displays in clothing and in customer service, and she was handing stuff out, handing free samples out, and like infiltrating the store without anyone really knowing those 7 stores. She did that for 2 years because she knew if it's stuck in the pantyhose section, it's never going to sell. Like, okay, these are expensive pantyhose. I don't understand how they work. And finally she got caught doing this and got like in trouble. Like you can't rearrange the store. You can't be doing this. And the story, I think, is someone like the president of Neiman Marcus caught wind of it or something and said something like, I don't know if it was like, if this woman is willing to go to that for a $20 pair the president said, yeah, she shouldn't be doing that, but look at how much revenue this product is. They looked at how much sales have been made. Like, if she's willing to do this for this $20 product, look at all this revenue, let her keep going. In that moment, it was, and then apparently she got picked up by Oprah. So the story is, Tony was saying, look, everyone hears that she went on to Oprah and the show, and then all of a sudden she's a billionaire. No, it's not what happened. at all. Oprah only picked her up after all that other stuff had come before that no one talks about. It's not glamorous. It's like no one talks about Kobe Bryant, how good of a basketball player he was. They didn't see him on the practice on the court for years and years and years, or Michael Jordan doing that, or Tiger Woods, or any successful artist or business person doing that. So I wanted to share that story, and I'm going to listen to it myself because it's a reminder of a couple things for me, that she had the experience of knowing when to pivot because she had earned the right, because she had had enough interactions, and she didn't just keep going down the same path. She stopped 3 minutes in and realized the woman, and Neiman Marcus, was not buying. She said, "Here, follow me." Got up and took the woman into the bathroom. How many of us would do that? Right? She knew she was over. 1 minute, it's over. 7 stores, cool. It's not over yet. Working her tail off, knowing it shouldn't go in pantyhose. All those things. What are the things we're not doing? Or we reach a point where we're like, yay, we're here. We're not here. You know, stuff happens, things go off track, and she paid the price, and now she's reaping the reward. But so many of us, one thing Tony said is technology is making us very impatient. And it's true, we think we want it now, and we've got to realize some things take some time. And people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but dramatically underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Let that sink in a little bit. Have a great day.